what is your take on AI tools in video editing? Cheating or the future?
Okay.
Because you do love them, like.
I do.
You do love them.
I think it's good sometimes. Like, if it really, really helps you work away. But, like, if you're battling someone and being like, oh, I can give you this much content, but, like, you're using it because of AI,
Yeah.
it's not fair. It's not fun. You're taking the fun away from things as well.
Yeah. It's weird because, like, the first thing I'm thinking of, which is probably not even an AI tool, is, like, audio enhancement.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it almost feels like you're cheating. It's like something that you could have maybe, like, not done at the start. You know, you could have fixed your audio, you could have done it right. But at the same time, you're like, oh, I messed up that audio.
Yeah.
But now I've got, like, a fix to it. Do you know what I mean?
It's like the other day when I was going on that Kindred shoot, or one of the shoots, I put in ChatGPT, as like, give me a breakdown of what, like, would work nice for, like, these offices and what's going on.
Yeah.
And when I got there, they were saying, oh, you can tell what's been ChatGPT or not. And I showed her the script and she was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And I was like, freak.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't know. But, like, that's where it's like, I'm like, it's cheating because I'm just getting free ideas.
Yeah.
But then you can also come to the fact where you're going to be like, I gave it my idea. Yeah. I just wanted to polish it and, like, give me the points.
It's okay. You'll always come across, like, I think anyways, you'll come across a certain project that you're like, oh, I've never filmed anything like that. This is like a real brick wall for me. Mm-hmm. And I think, yeah, it's okay to ask, like, ChatGPT, or as I would use sometimes, Ada on ChatGPT, which is like a plugin or like an additional add-on. And it's really for, like, content creators. And I find that, like, it's good to give you a wee bit of direction on where you want to go, because you might go, yeah, that's a good idea, but now I want to do my take on it.
Yeah.
And that's what I like it. I think it's a helping tool. But if you're if you're using it to do all the work for you, I feel like, yes, it is a bit of a cheat.
It's boring.
It's not really the future for me, but it's just like, I remember watching a vlog Casey Neistat done. He's just like, I want ChatGPT to write me out a script for one of my vlogs. Mm-hmm. And obviously he made it, like, look so boring, but he's just like, but this is
the reality of it.
Yeah, there's no emotion to it. Do you know? Yeah. It's robots. It's doing the work for you.
It's not going to give you that wee bit.
And it's just like, you know, I could write in, you know, give me 5 podcast questions, you know, for a client coming in that does serviced offices. It's going to give you the exact same 5 questions for a guy that's coming in that does, like, roofing or something. It's just going to change it out. Go, like, what does a normal day look like for a roofer? What does a normal day look like for service? You know what I mean?
Basic.
So it's like, that's how I usually know that it's been ChatGPT, bar the usual not UK English.
Yeah.
You know? But no, for Eden, I think it is, like, it's great for certain things, like, you know, audio enhancement when, you know, there's been a real...
The podcast is good, I think, as well.
Yeah. So, like, podcast, I mean...
I haven't used it yet, though. I'm excited to use it one day. Because, like, I've seen people using it, literally, like, it's a 40-minute job turns into a 5-minute job with one click. Yeah. So... Yeah, it's again, it's like they're tools for, like, helping... Workflow.
Yeah. Like, I mean... I'd rather work through, like, an hour podcast, clipping it myself. You know, it's not going. I don't know about this podcast tool, but, like, you know, is it going to put the hooks and stuff for you? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. No, it's just going to break down, like, what is major bits in that. Like, you know, for Opus Clip, you know, it'll go through, like, a project, but it doesn't know exactly what's the best. Yes, you can give it keywords to look out for, but it's not going to give you, like, your hook and then go straight into that video. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's just like, I'm pretty sure you done one for Nomadic, Glenn Irwin. Like, you done the hook and then you went actually into the story. Yeah. Like, there's no AI tool yet that I know of that is going to be able to do your hook and then give you that, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's missing out that wee bit of, like, you know...
The punch.
Yeah, the punch, the hook, you know what I mean? Like, that's, to me, it's not there yet. So, yes, it's a great tool.
But when it gets here, do you think it's going to be, like, good or... Because anyone could be a content creator. That's the thing. Like, the whole point of this is our job's hard. Like, it's a niche.
It's not perfect. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, you know, at the, like, let's, like, say, like, 5 years' time, it could be really, really good, you know, but it's just not there yet. But again, maybe I'm not experienced enough to utilize it to its best ability.
Yeah. Well, coming up, I've only been doing this for, like, 2 years now, so I can see the hardship in it and, like, how hard the job is. Now, I don't want to go down the route of being like, anyone can lift up their phone and just be like, I'll make a really cool hook and video just by clicking a few buttons.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate the hard work that goes into videos now.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, I've been doing this for like what? Editing, especially, like probably 15 years. So going from like where you had to manually sync your audio, you had to clap, you had to then sync those audio waves up to like now, you know, a few years later, you right click, you just synchronize it.
Yeah.
You know, even if you're doing a multi-camera podcast, you know, you've got this camera, you've got that camera. Do you know what I mean? You maybe have a wide there too if you're, you know, you just do a multi-cam sync. Do you know what I mean? Like, to the point, you know, down the line, it'll like probably just do it all for you. Do you know what I mean? But
Exactly.
it's like, I just think now, as you say, like, oh, guys could just go on and, oh, I can remove that guy out in,
Yeah.
you know, 2 seconds, which like years ago we had to sit and clone and heal and, you know, blend it in and everything. It was so hard. But it's just like maybe people are not getting the idea of like the hard work that actually was involved doing it.
Yeah.
It's everything's easier for them. Everything is just like, it goes back to that conversation of like when you give someone a price for a video and they're like, what about the money? I could just shoot that on my phone. It's like, go ahead.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be the same standard of like what I do for you.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to just like the appreciation and the value of like the hard work that was involved before these tools were available.
Yeah. I'm glad I joined before this curve.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I first joined and started, like there was no AI. There's nothing really coming up from it. So like I got to do the hard part and then I can kind of do the easy part now.
You get to appreciate it a bit.
Yeah. So now I can be like, I can use that because I did work hard in the past and like I know how annoying it is to do things. So now I can just be like, oh.
But you're in a good position as well because again, like we're talking about the hooks and stuff, like you've learned that that's how a video should be. You have a hook.
Oh yeah.
You know, but like now maybe someone goes, I'll just take that 20-minute long video and I'll just put it through Opus Clip or I'll just put it through some thing and it'll split it up for me and there you go, I've 10 clips from that 20-minute video.
Yeah.
But it's like, but you're still not getting what the video is about. I need something that's going to hook you in.
And hooks are getting so random now. Like there's a competition page and it keeps coming up my Instagram and the first video I seen of him was like, it was okay. No, not really much of a hook. And then the next video, it was him wearing a helmet, still saying the same thing, but like that was like the difference. Like that was his hook.
Yeah.
It was like, why is this guy wearing a helmet in a full suit in front of a house?
Yeah.
So like he didn't even say anything important. It was just like he's wearing a helmet, and then people were just like, or he's wearing like a rubber duck, like the rings and all. Like so, the hooks aren't even like verbal hooks anymore. They're just all visual.
Oh, sure. There's a girl, I can't remember her name, but it was a podcast I watched, and she was talking about like she can promise like companies that she'll do viral videos, and one of them was like for cooking product for like cooking, and she basically done the whole I'm gonna make you this matey. She was talking to the camera like a vlog style, like a TikTok video. The whole time she had her like fly down, and basically the whole point of that was like it was a hook that people were just going to click on that video going, she doesn't know her flies down.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? So like she done that on purpose. She came out and said that, you know, or the best way to make salmon, and she done it in the dishwasher. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like,
I've read
this, yeah, but she's being serious about it, but she's promising, like, because everyone's going to click on it and go, no, like, you know, you get a hook nowadays could be like sitting saying like this product's the worst, but by the end of the video you're sitting going like, and that's why I bought it. It's like changed my life. You know what I mean?
It's like when I was looking into the DJI Osmo, the Pocket, I was trying to get Henry to buy it for him, and one of the videos was, and it made me stop. It was like, don't buy the DJI Osmo until you watch this video.
Yeah.
And like, right, that's such a hook because I'm looking at how good it is, and there's one person being like, don't buy it, but buy it at the end of this video because you're going to love it even more. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
it's great.
But that's the whole point of hooks. Still, every hook will work differently. Like, especially us working on like video, like, you know, we'll watch a video and go, it's definitely like, you know, which for me, like, if I was watching the one that talking about your girl, like, that's probably the one I'd go, she just literally doesn't even realize she has her fly down, or, you know, doing something so ridiculous to the point where you're just like, that's so silly. And then you're realizing, this is the reason why it was done, because it was for me to click on and literally to see the comments. You know, you still have to click on the video to be like, oh, you know,
see what everyone else is saying about it.
Exactly. And then, but like videos like that where you're like, don't buy this camera until, like, you know, I'll watch it and go, that's a hook. Do you know what I mean? and we know what they are, but like for the normal like person, you know, that's getting them. No, why would they say that?
Yeah, they don't really understand it. Like all my friends and stuff, they just be like, we understand like the hook or the leading, and I'm just like, well,
Because that's how well it is.
yeah,
You know, and that's what it comes down to.
the flows.
Has short form content ruined attention spans or made storytelling better?
Oh,
So you're like, not to put it, like you've came up with the whole TikTok thing,
yeah.
Instagram.
I remember like Musically and all. Like I think Musically started off and then it turned into TikTok.
Yeah,
So
I don't have TikTok.
Yeah.
Later.
I hate having it. I hate having it, but love having it. I've actually started like I watch it less now, more on Instagram because I've like built the perfect feed up now.
Yeah.
And like it's all like camera gear, like MMA, and like so like everything's down to a T now. I can go on and be like, this is what I want to see.
Yeah.
The TikToks is like a lost cause. You still get videos sometimes. It's trying to like filter in.
Yeah.
But
I think TikTok's like, for me, it's like Instagram is short enough for reels, but I just love that like Instagram's a bit more professional looking. You know,
Yeah.
yes, you might find some like really good stuff on TikTok because maybe it's like filtering your feed. But to me, like I'm looking at people's feeds and going like, that's just a load of crap. Like I can be bothered with that. That's like, you know, if it's like people dancing or it's just like silly videos, I'm just like, I'm just not interested in that. Not that I'm sitting saying like you have to be like, you know, stupid to watch that stuff. But I'm just like, I just don't have that attention span. And that's the thing because I've came from the background of like watching movies and appreciating it, watching long form ads if it's on TV or before a movie starts at the cinema,
yeah,
or an ad on YouTube before a video. It's more just because I appreciate a good video that someone's worked on telling a story. Can you tell a story in like 10, 15 seconds? Yes, but you know, for me, it's just like you're not giving someone a chance to like sell their business. Someone who's maybe worked 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and you're trying to tell their story within 10, 15 seconds. But I guess that's where all your breakdown is. You know, you've got your organic content and ads and stuff like that there. But to me, I'm just like, I love working on long form content. I love telling a story, showing off like that product and what that means to someone through that storyline. Like even the one I think I done last year with your guy Hanno, the surfer for Nomadic Watches.
yeah,
Like the whole storyline was telling like this guy was an ambassador for the watch. Obviously the Mirai, it's a surfer, basically it's a diving watch. So like this guy's a surfer, this is like his utility tool. And it's just like, you know, this can be used in any terrain, especially water. Like it's, you know, the lumens on it that lights up in the, you know, like, so to tell that whole story of this watch is not just to tell the time, it's literally a tool. And tell the story of who this guy is, and then, you know, and just merging everything in, like that to me is better than watching a 10, 15 second like cut down of that long video. I'm just like, you're not telling me anything. You can put the nicest shots that you took in that, but I'm like, it just doesn't work for me.
yeah. I don't like.
There's a place for it.
Yeah,
There's a place for it.
Yeah. For like TikTok and all, I just don't see the like. I don't think a big business is going to be on there. Say we're selling a service or like Nomadic selling a service, they put that watch up there. They're not going to get serious people because it's all like kids basically on TikTok. It's all like the people who aren't going to be serious. Like so, but this is where like Instagram when one comes in. I think yes, short form content on Instagram is going to work better because, like you said, it's a bit more professional.
Yeah.
But on TikTok, it's going to be like it's going to be filtered through everyone, like kids, people who aren't even interested.
Yeah.
But they're just going to like either throw hate at it or to talk nonsense.
So what you're saying, there's like what I see even grown men on TikTok doing, grown people, like they're just swiping.
Yeah.
They're not like, I'm sitting thinking like, there's no way that I could sell you something because like you're just swiping. I think like because you're swiping so quick, like you just want to see something like really funny or ridiculous just because you're like, you know, that's the attention span of it. But like, yeah, I guess I'm coming from like a background of like advertising or like promoting something, you know, that's probably where my mind is at, which people are just like, oh, it's just a bit of crack.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's fair enough. Do you know what I mean?
When you go on to it now, it's got so bad where you can download TikToks. So like say if you're on a big plane ride and you love TikTok, you can download like 200 videos. So like, but you don't know what they are. It's just your For You page is just downloading for the next 200 videos.
Yeah.
So you can go on and just download it, and then
That
you
is
can
a
just
good idea.
you could swipe like it's just like being on a plane with your dad. Like you can just swipe and so
These will be in your camera album though.
yeah,
That's crazy. I'd love that for Instagram reels.
it would be good. Yeah,
Just because that's like more my, that's my feed. Like it's cameras, cars, coffee, gym stuff, just
so sometimes you do just want to break. Like if we're editing stuff, sometimes I just go like a wee break and be like, I just want to like a
yeah.
Sometimes you get inspiration and stuff. Like you take a wee step back and you see a cool video.
But definitely, like as I was showing you today, like
You're saved.
my saved on Instagram is literally just like broke down. So actually going on it now, I could probably tell you like all the different folders I have, which is
I said
inspiration. So it's just like cool ideas of, like you're stuck again coming that like using ChatGPT, but I would rather watch videos.
Yeah.
There's like ad ideas, there's post ideas, there's like stuff on AI, there's tutorials,
because
like
there's a constant curve as well. You're never like 2 months in, you're like, oh, it's the same thing.
yeah.
There's a constant curve with everything. What we do is like, it's nonstop. Even with like equipment and all, it's nonstop. Like you can't just buy a camera and a lens and be like,
That's it.
that's me set. It's like 2 months down the line, like frick.
When you've been doing it long enough, you do sometimes. You're just like, oh no, that's all I need. But then, there will be just something that'll catch your eye.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like I got that GH5, I got the big lens, and I was like, frick, I got everything. I got 25 mil. It was a 70 to 300 mil. I got everything, and I just bought a Sony. Now I'm like, right, I need a 70 to 200. I need a wide. I need everything.
And you're building it all back up again.
Exactly. I guess.
I've been like through that phase like so many times. So I have where it's just like started out Canon and then went to Blackmagic for a bit, then went to Sony, and then I was at Lumix, and then went to Sony, back to Lumix, back to Zcam, and now Big Red. So it's just like you go through the phases, like the point where like it's not even worth selling your stuff because you're probably going to end up back at one point buying this
again. Yeah, but if I need that.
Yeah. Plus, it's probably not even worth selling either.
No.
Do you think? But yeah, you just end up coming back. So
Out of them, what has been the best, you think?
the best?
Like your favorite, like hands down, you can be like, I know I can turn to that every time. I mean, it's like a workhorse. It does everything you need.
Probably, to be honest, like for an all-rounder, probably Sony.
So
Yeah, because it just ticks the boxes on everything. And now that they're doing like FX3s and stuff, it's like 100% like great camera.
yeah,
And like I have like even shooting on the red, but again, you don't have continuous autofocus. You know what I mean? So doing like your day-to-day projects, it's, not the best, depending, because you can't stick on a gimbal. You can't, everything's so much just more hassle than it needs to be. But if you're doing like a TV ad, it's 100% great camera because for the project you're working on, you've got a bit more time. You can set things up, set lighting up. You can, change lenses, and a lot of times, you're not doing a lot of rolling shots, but then you'll always go back to like your Sonys for that. Again, the Sony can do your statics, it can do your gimbal shots, it can do everything. So yeah, definitely Sony, and they're getting better. But all the cameras are getting better.
yeah. Like I'm 1 weekend on my own Sony, and I'm like, oh, it's fantastic for everything I need. The autofocus is what got me. Like that's what the one thing.
Yeah.
Like the GH5, it was just like, and
Then you're that's a 12-year-old camera.
exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
But it was still brilliant for what like everything I shot. Like it was still really, really good. But it's just that autofocus just gives you a wee bit like a freedom almost, where you can be like, right, let's have fun.
It's not the tool, it's the
the
user.